How much will an investor pay for the house I'm responsible for in probate? That's our topic today. You probably are wondering, how much will an investor pay for the house that you're responsible for? And I frequently have people ask me, can I sell my loved one's home directly to an investor? The answer is yes, of course. If you are responsible for a piece of real estate currently in a probate, or perhaps as a trustee, you've acquired it because your loved one has passed away, and you have become responsible to handle all the details of their estate, including the sale of the home. Now, the home frequently belonged to a family member, but sometimes it can be a friend, and that person has entrusted you to complete their estate upon their passing. Now, some people consider selling directly to an investor because the home needs a lot of work. Some people fall for that statement, you won't have to pay any commissions. So, of course, selling to an investor means you probably won't have to do any fix-ups. And they think that's going to be their best option. Now, many traditional buyers, first-time home buyers and move-up buyers, they need to have a home in some sort of move-in condition. And my experience shows that inherited properties quite often require some type of TLC. I'm going to present to you the options selling as is versus doing cost-effective repairs to bring the value of the property up and the condition of the property up to appeal to those other home buyers. And we will also talk about the timeline for selling to an investor versus selling to a traditional buyer. Now, keep in mind, some executors, administrators, and trustees might choose to sell to an investor directly. And the drawback to doing that is you don't really even know if that's a good price. See, investors tend to lowball. They're in business because they believe you don't know, the person doesn't know whether this is a good price or not. So it's really important that you know what fair market value is for the decedent's home, whether you choose to sell to an investor or a traditional home buyer. Now, my team and I have helped many executors, administrators, and trustees to sell their loved ones' homes. And last year, we helped Mary with the sale of her brother's home. And when I first met with Mary and her husband, Jim, we actually had to sit outside because Mary's brother was a heavy smoker. And the house really had that smell. So I presented the option of selling as is, and we figured somewhere in the low 300s would get an investor to purchase property versus some cost-effective repairs. But Mary chose to have my team and I organize the repairs instead. And the cost-effective repairs did cost $30,000, but here's the good news. The property sold very quickly for $471,000. So in Mary's case, she made the right decision to invest the funds into the property to remediate the smoke smell. And then regarding the timeline, investors will say, we can close quickly. We can have a 7-day close of escrow. But that's not really accurate. And the reason for that is because in the case of probate, a notice of proposed action, meaning the action you are taking to sell the property, it must be drafted by your probate attorney, mailed to all the beneficiaries. Now, once that document, which is referred to as a NOPA, Notice of Proposed Action, once it's mailed out to the beneficiaries, there's a 15-day period that nothing can happen. We have to wait until that document expires, then we can move forward with the next steps of the sale. So the reality is, even with a cash investor, you're going to have a timeline of around 20 days. And that's if everything goes absolutely right, versus an extra 10 days for a traditional buyer, and most likely a better price for the estate. Now, when you choose to work with my team and me, I will present all of the options to you, just like I did to Mary and Jim. And then you make the decisions. Now, once you make those decisions, I'll get you more facts on the cost if you choose that you want to consider cost-effective repairs. And I will get you bids, and then you can make an informed decision on whether to go forward with the price as a cash investor or to do the cost-effective repairs that we, me and the team, will help to monitor for you and make more money for the estate. Now, one last thing to share with you. If you choose to go with a cash investor, I have over 45 investors in my database. So the moment we put a home on the multiple listing service, we send an email to those investors who are looking forward to hearing from us. And we let them know that this property is available. I also tend to hold a 1-hour investor only open house for those fixer type homes. And that way they're all there at the same time, looking at the house together. And that's how I'm able to get a price up over what a single investor is going to offer you. Finally, I want to share with you that proper documentation needs to be prepared. That's what will protect you and the estate from any issues that might arise after the close of escrow. My team and I are huge I dotters and T crossers. We are problem solvers, but more importantly, we are problem avoiders. And I imagine that's what you want under these circumstances. If you found this valuable, hit that like button. Look forward to seeing you next time.